Here's over here.
Oh, yeah. So did you know Rod stroke?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. So I guess we're ready. Benji's ready. Okay. We'll call this regular city council meeting for the city of Palmer for October 10th, 2023 to order. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Anzalotti.
Here.
Councilmember Ojala. Councilmember Best.
Here.
Councilmember Tudor.
Here.
Mayor Carrington.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Moline.
Here.
Councilmember Alcantara.
Here.
All right. And if you could all rise, and Chief Cameron, can I ask you to lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under
Next, we have the election certification, resolution number 23-030. A resolution of the Palmer City Council accepting the certificate of canvass board results and certifying the October 3rd, 2023 regular city election. What's the wishes of the council?
Second.
Moved and seconded. I guess no comments or discussion, so Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilmember Alcantra,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Maleen,
Yes.
Mayor Carrington,
Yes.
Councilmember Tudor,
Yes.
Councilmember Best,
Yes.
Councilmember Anzalati.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay. And I guess, Madam Clerk, you're handling this next section, correct? Administration of oath of office for elected council members. Well, they're getting ready. We used to do this on like the Monday before the meeting, but our current clerk decided, why don't we combine it all rather than come 2 nights?
You guys want to do it separately or together? Together? I don't know, you guys pick. Just raise your right. Go right ahead, Mr. Best.
I, Richard Best, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and the laws of the state of Alaska, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Palmer, and to the best of my ability, honestly, faithfully, and impartially discharge my duties and obligations as city council member of the city of Palmer, so help me God.
Congratulations. I'd like to go, I need a pen. Oh, I got a pen. There you go. Do you like to go ahead and sign? Ready? Mr. Cooper?
I, Jim Cooper, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the state of Alaska, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Palmer, and to the best of my ability, honestly, faithfully, and impartially discharge my duties and obligations as council member of the city of Palmer, so help me God.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, would like to go ahead and sign right here?
Take your seat till you sign.
That's right.
Or the clerk will throw you out. All right. Next is organization of the council. So election of deputy mayor. And I'm trying to remember how I'm supposed to say this. Okay, so we'll open the floor for nominations for deputy mayor.
Mr. Mayor?
Deputy Mayor Maleen.
Yes. I would like to nominate Councilwoman Carolina Anzalati. I think that she has proven that she's up for the task, and I think that she would also bring what would actually foster people of her age getting involved. So, with that.
Second.
Okay, is there any other nominations? We'll close the nominations, and I guess we need to actually take a vote. So, Madam Clerk, if you can call the roll, please.
Councilmember Best?
Yes.
Councilmember Tudor?
Yes.
Mayor Carrington?
Yes?
Deputy Mayor Maleen?
Yes.
Councilmember Alcantra?
Yes.
Councilmember Cooper?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anzalati?
Yes?
Sorry. I had it that way. I didn't know what to do. Sorry. I just say what I had. Oops.
Yes, you're allowed to vote for yourself.
Yeah, I have to do
Okay.
something.
Required.
Yes, you're required.
Yes, we're required to vote on everything. Next is election of the alternate deputy mayor. We'll declare the nominations open. Councilman Alcantra.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to nominate Joshua Tudor for alternate deputy mayor.
Second?
Okay, is there any other nominations? Okay, we'll close the nominations and I guess do a roll call vote just to verify.
Councilmember Maleen? That sounds weird.
I know it does. Sorry, it's gonna take me a minute. Yes.
Sorry. Councilmember Alcantara,
Yes.
Mayor Carrington,
Yes.
Councilmember Tudor,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anzalotti,
Yes.
Councilmember Cooper,
Yes.
Councilmember Best.
Yes.
Unanimous.
All right. Next, we have approval of the agenda, which includes there is no consent agenda, but it includes the minutes from the September 26, 2023 regular meeting. And while we're approving the agenda, do we want to move council member comment a little higher up past, at least before the executive session?
Yes.
So- Okay. Is there any objection to that? Oh, we'll go with that, just that way after we've cleared the room and have our executive session, there's no reason for anyone to come back. Okay. I guess we should vote on that. If there's no objection, we'll consider that approved, unanimous. Okay. Communications and appearances. Chief Cameron, I think this is your thing. Something our chiefs have done in recent times is tried to bring to the council some of these swearing-in ceremonies, etc., which is a good way for us to actually meet people as well as feel like we're participating a little bit in our departments. So, Chief Cameron.
So, Mayor and City Council members,
Do we need to get you to grab that mic there? Since the deputy mayor is on Zoom.
Mayor and City Council members, I have the privilege tonight to promote one of our engineers, Christopher Walsh, to the rank of lieutenant. We conducted testing over the past couple of months, and he was our successful candidate. I believe he's very capable of commanding the staff that he's going to be given. So by doing that, we'll be issuing him his new badge, his collar brass, and he'll be administering the oath of office, or reciting that. Okay?
Okay.
Engineer Walsh and Crystal, would you come up, please? So, Engineer Walsh, yes, raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, Christopher Walsh,
I, Christopher Walsh,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the department's mission statement,
the department's mission statement,
follow the department's core values,
follow the department's core values,
and faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as lieutenant
as lieutenant
for Palmer Fire and Rescue
for Palmer Fire and Rescue,
under the appointment of the fire chief
under the appointment of the fire chief,
according to the laws,
according to the laws,
policies, and procedures
policies, and procedures
established by
established by
the City of Palmer,
the City of Palmer,
the State of Alaska,
the State of Alaska,
and the United States of America,
and the United States of America,
to the best of my
to
abilities.
the best of my abilities.
Thank you. Would you issue the badge?
This is why they have the family member do it. Good.
You did a great job. Needs to be more time in.
Finally, with your helmet. You'll be reporting to Captain Trey Lindstrom, and I'm proud to present to Palmer Fire and Rescue, the City Council, your newest Fire Lieutenant, Christopher.
Thank you, and well done. Next, we have City Manager's Report.
Yes, this is a good night for us all. I'd like to introduce John Dumenti. Johnny, stand up. John is our new airport superintendent. He's been on the job a week, and he keeps coming back, so we're really happy about that. And so I think we're in good hands. John is an incredible man. He's helicopter pilot, and I think it'll serve the city and our airport very, very well.
All right, welcome.
Just a couple things to be brief. So we encourage the new city council person to know how quickly we get through these meetings. So October 17th, we have a special meeting on our budget. As you can see, there's resolutions for the first public comment on the process, and we'll be doing this throughout November at regular meetings, and then also to the October 17th meeting. Also, too, coming your way shortly is going to be our 2024 legislative priorities. This is what City Council votes on and prioritizes on our attempt to go get somebody else to pay for all the great stuff that's happening in Palmer. And the last thing is interesting, and we have John here. We have literally hundreds of these that light up the runway at our airport. With the new administration, Mr. Biden, these things are now illegal. They can't sell them. We actually have donated them. So we have an issue because we have very limited numbers to replace. These things only last about 800 hours, which is really not much. So we're scrambling, working at grants, working at FAA to see how we can replace this, because this is a real safety concern. I do not know if the city or airports were informed 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, but this kind of came up on us, and these decisions really have negative impacts, really have no time to adjust on us. So I want you to be aware of that. John will be reporting on that, hopefully applying for grants that you approve that we can get to replace these. But this is going to be a challenge for us this winter and early spring. That's all I have for tonight.
Okay. Does the council have any questions for the manager at this point? Okay. Next is the mayor's report. For my report, I've got a written report. In there I mentioned with the MVP for transportation, or the MPO. One of the things I noticed, I think it's the city of Wasilla, for their technical committee has their public works director fulfilling that position. And so I talked with our manager, and my desire is to have our public works, Jude Billifer, take over that position from Brad. I've got other plans. Brad's got to build us a library, and soon. So unless there's objection from the council, that's basically the direction I'm going for the technical committee, or the steering committee as it's often called. Also, it's trying to explain in there that the borough is changing their code to allow a seat on their planning commission for the borough to be a representative from the city of Palmer, and we get to almost choose it. We get to give them a list, and then the mayor will appoint somebody from that list. And that's something, I guess it's in state code, and the borough figured that out, that they have to change their code to allow that. So they're working on doing that, and we need to get them probably a list here before December, so that they can choose somebody. And so we'll be bringing that up in a future meeting to discuss. And hey, it's budget time. I'd remind people, the council, if you've got some kind of big questions you've got about the budget or whatever, to get a hold of John here. Next Tuesday, we're planning to kind of have the marathon meeting of all the department heads, but if we can give them a little bit of warning about some questions, to try to get a hold of John or bring it up in the council comments or something. I like to warn people that I'm going to ask some hard questions, and we can do that. So, is there any questions for me for my report? I think that's the advantage of a written report. All right, next is the clerk's report. Madam Clerk.
The election is over. I'm happy. It's always my favorite time of the year. I know that's weird, but it is. Because it's always something new, something challenging, something's going to happen. So I'm glad it's over, but it's always fun. So I'm open for questions. If the council has any questions.
I have a question. How did Benji do?
Fantastic, of course.
I kind of figured that was the answer.
And I'm
Otherwise, you wouldn't
ever
be
grateful.
smiling after the election.
Probably not.
Anyone else with a question? All right, Madam Attorney, your report.
I have a rather in-depth update for you in executive session, so that's my report for this evening.
Okay. If there's no questions from the council, we'll move on to audience participation. So this is a chance for people in the audience to come forward. You get 3 minutes to tell us about whatever. Please sign in and start your testimony by saying your name for the record. As you get 3 minutes. Careful there.
I'm Travis. I live in Palmer. Since the last city council meeting, one of the I don't know his name. I think he works at a dump. He mentioned that there is that apart from tourism and other stuff, Palmer really doesn't have much of an economy of like manufacturing sector or stuff like that, and this gave me an idea on that very day. By the way, something came up in my head. I don't know how I was able to connect the dots, but what if we able to invest in Bitcoin mining? Because all you need is a powerful computer and some way to harness, some way to bring the power to the computer and have it running nonstop, and we could put all these Bitcoin mine operations around town. They don't take space. And this is a suggestion, and this also came up with something. I know that Palmer, it's not a big manufacturing hub, and stuff like that. But I was also thinking, with the idea of also be also a city for intellectual pursuits. So remote working, have a good place to have remote workers and to have a place to do all sorts of stuff that's on the computer base, or because mine's a terrible thing to waste. So it's something to think about that. Good. It's a good road to explore on.
Anyone else for audience participation?
Greetings, City Council and Mayor. My name is Jackie Goforth, and this is my 7th month anniversary of the day when I discovered that there was a book in the Palmer Library that contained pornographic and obscene material within the covers. The first thing I did, because I didn't think that the librarian knew, was to go down to the police department and immediately say, there's a pornographic, obscene book in our library. And they brought a librarian out who said, that's not for children, it's for young adults. Well, young adults are 14. And considering pediatrics, children are till 18, I decided to pursue it. So they gave me the policy, and I've been pursuing it through the policy to remove this book from the Palmer Library ever since. The second thing that came up was it's sex education. No, it's not. There's a very lewd depiction in this that are the same amount of lewdness that had a drag queen arrested in California last month. It's the same thing that the Moche pottery in pre-Incan society in Peru is known for. Next that came up, the next time I brought it up, was as a whole. As a whole, the book is fine. No, it's not. There's 5 things according to law, the Alaska Statute 11.61.128, that have to be there and have some value for the book to have to be legal. All 5 of those are a failure in this book. So now, the hearing I had in Palmer last month, the answer is going to be, I don't have it yet, but the answer is going to be, it hasn't been found illegal in a court of law. We have librarians and people who will put obscene material in a library. It's obscene. I have 38 points I brought out on this. 16 are absolute lies and fabrications. And not one of those was addressed. In a court of law, if you don't address an accusation, it's called guilt by omission. None of those were even addressed. The 2 that they did bring up, fine. Out of 38, that still leaves 36 points in this book that prove it is obscene according to the Miller-Ginsburg test. And yet Palmer won't remove it. Now, this book is available if parents want to purchase it for their children elsewhere. But why on earth are we using city tax dollars and patrons, residents of Palmer? Why are we using our tax dollars to put an obscene book and keep an obscene book and pay the librarian to defend an obscene book in the city of Palmer? I still don't get it. I really don't. But I hope this council will please look at this, maybe look at the policy also, because if this book fails here, the Palmer policy actually says that it can't be challenged again for 3 years. Now, they wrote their own policy, but for 3 years now, nothing can be done about this book, and it's going to be available for anybody to check out. And it's illegal. If someone checks it out and they're underage, that shows intent now.
That's your time.
Thank you.
Mayor, City Council, welcome new member. I just found out about these books in May, and I gotta tell you, I was stunned. I haven't looked at all the excerpts from all the books. There's 43 in the borough.
Sorry, Karen, can I get you to start with your name?
Oh, Karen Lewis.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. But there are duplicates too, so altogether there's 96 of these books in our area. There's probably more. The thing is, most of you have seen them. Most of you have heard about what's in these books. And it is obscene, there's no question about it. We're the adults. We're supposed to be protecting the youth. These books steal innocence from our children. The library calls YA, or young adults, 14. 14-year-olds are not adults, okay? And they're subjecting them, and it is pornographic. It is pornographic. Okay, the school board took a good step in creating a committee that would oversee what kind of books go in there, because it's the librarians that shelve the books. And then there's, like, when we've challenged, we see a book and say, okay, this is no good. You talk to the librarian one-on-one. I've done 2. And they say, no, we're just going to leave them right where they are. And then you can challenge it again. And then you go before the committee that Hugh Leslie has put together. And then there's a library committee. But they all have the same kind of thinking. They think these books are just fine. They're protecting these books. And I don't understand that kind of thinking. I don't understand it. They're not protecting their children. And I don't understand why they wouldn't get them out, but they won't. So we need to do something. The school did a committee, a separate committee. I think the city council needs to too for the public library, and the borough needs to have a committee too for the borough libraries. They're 3 separate entities and they need their own committee. So we need a committee that will oversee what is shelved in our libraries. It really is that simple, because we can't trust the librarians or the library committee. That's all. And we're going to stay at this till we get them out. We appreciate your help. Thank you.
Is there anyone else for audience participation? We have another one coming up, so. All right, we'll close this audience participation. Next is public hearings. Resolution number 24-001, a resolution of the Palmer City Council adopting the City of Palmer Employee Pay Plan, first public hearing. We will open the public hearing. Anyone who wishes to speak to this resolution, which is about the pay plan, the employee pay plan, can come forward. And we will close this. Am I closing this first public hearing? And second, resolution number 20. Oh, the wishes of the council, we need to vote on. Okay, what's the wishes of the council? We need to introduce it, sorry.
Move to approve.
Okay. Second. Moved and seconded to approve it. We're gonna be discussing this next week. The following week, we'll have at least one more public hearing before we adopt it, which we have to adopt before the middle of December, if I remember right. Okay, next, resolution number 24-002, a resolution of the Palmer City Council adopting the 2024 fee schedule for the City of Palmer for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2024 and ending December 31, 2024, first public hearing. We'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to come speak to us on this resolution? Okay, we will close this first public hearing. What's the wishes of the council?
Move to approve.
Second. So moved and seconded, and again, this will be an ongoing process for some weeks. Next is resolution number 24-003, a resolution of the Palmer City Council adopting the 2024 fine schedule for the City of Palmer for the fiscal year beginning January 1 to December 31, 2024, first public hearing. We'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to come speak to this resolution can come forward. Okay, we will close this first public hearing. What's the wishes of the council?
Move to approve.
Second. Okay, moved and seconded, and again, this will be being reviewed in detail in the next few weeks. Resolution number 24-004, a resolution of the Palmer City Council adopting the 5-year capital improvement program for the fiscal year beginning January 1 to December 31, 2024, first public hearing. We'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak to this resolution can come forward. We will close the first public hearing. What's the wishes of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
So moved and seconded. And this is again this is number 4 of 5. We'll be talking again in detail. Next is resolution number 24-005, a resolution of the Palmer City Council adopting a budget for the City of Palmer, Alaska for the fiscal year beginning January 1 to December 31, 2024, and appropriating monies. First public hearing is now open. Anyone wishing to speak to this resolution, come forward. We'll close the first public hearing. What's the wishes of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
So moved and seconded. So this is the group of 5 budget documents that we'll be looking and studying. Next is action memoranda. Number 23-061, authorize the city manager to renew the banking services contract for additional year with First National Bank of Alaska. What's the wishes of the council?
Mr. Mayor, move to approve.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Is there any questions or comments from council? None? Okay. Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilmember Best?
Yes.
Councilmember Tudor?
Yes.
Mayor Carrington?
Yes.
Councilmember Moline?
Yes.
Councilmember Alcantara?
Yes.
Councilmember Cooper?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anzalotti?
Yes.
Unanimous?
All right. No unfinished business, no new business. Record of items placed in table, there were none.
None.
Okay. Next, we have audience participation. Is now open. Anyone wishing to speak? For audience participation, come forward. Please sign in if you haven't already. Start by stating your name, and you have 3 minutes.
Travis, I'm Travis again, and yeah, 3 words for you. Bitcoin mining, I think, in the technology sector, I think as the years progress on, there should be more. There will be more of a need for people to do specialized services, and I think we should be able to capitalize on getting people to, with special backgrounds like architects and another like drafting and 3D modeling and stuff like that. Let Palmer be a good place for those kinds of remote workers, and be a good way to promote our city. So that's all I have. By the way, it seems like every time when I get up here, I have this stuff in my mind, and then when I get here, I say less than I originally wanted, because I pretty much forget when I forget when I'm here. It's really weird.
But I appreciate the brevity. Anyone else for audience participation?
Hello again, it's Jackie Goforth again. I will sign the form. When I originally started speaking about the library books, it's because I care about the children. I really don't care, and I think I spelled it out. I really don't care what people do with their lifestyles once they're 18 years old. I don't care. I really don't. It's not my say. It never was. But when you go for the children, that's when it becomes a problem. Now, I originally started along this path because the pride flag was put on the museum page. And that I found very contentious. And I gave you guys flyers to show you why I found it very contentious. And then when the museum nonprofit hired a new director, the director resigned and they hired a new director. As you know, I spoke out about that. I didn't feel that director had the qualifications necessary to be a museum director. One of them was fiscal responsibility, because I knew, I have people and I do investigations, I knew that there was an issue over with the Chamber of Commerce. So I knew that there was an issue. Now I've seen that the new museum director has resigned, and I found that very interesting. And I'm doing my investigation now, and I'm heading for fiscal reasons, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be an issue. I just need to find out where and what it is. Okay? So I wish you would look at the museum contract, please. Make sure they know what the city expects of them and the residents of the city. Because aren't we on the line for this at some point? Now, I want to thank you. Thank you. I enjoy a new face on the council. I thank you so much for allowing me to speak twice to the city council. I have absolutely no problem with anybody who sits in government position, as long as they abide by their oath in the Constitution. That's all. That's why I had a problem about the masks, and that's why I had a problem about the lockdowns, and that's why I had a problem about all of that to begin with the last city council, and violating the Open Meetings Act. But other than that, congratulations. I look forward to working with the new board and do new deputy mayor. And thank you.
Is there anyone else for audience participation? We're going for a short meeting, okay. All right, we'll close audience participation. Next, we have council comments. Councilman Ojala didn't make it tonight, but we had a certificate of appreciation, and I was just going to go ahead and read it into the record. Presented to Councilmember Thomas Ojala IV, October 10th, 2023, in recognition of service as council member for the community of Palmer, Alaska. Mr. Ojala has been a member of the City Council whose insight and commitment to the community have been invaluable. His thoughtful and concise discussion was always appreciated and earns him the title, "Let's Vote Already, Thomas Ojala IV." On behalf of the entire City Council, please accept our genuine gratitude for a job well done. I'll figure out when to present that to him. All right. Former Deputy Mayor Moline, since I can't remember how to say councilman, do you have any council comments?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, it was my absolute pleasure to serve as your deputy mayor for almost my whole term. But I am so excited to pass that over to Carlina, who I think is going to be incredible in this position. So very excited for her. Excited about what's to come in the budget season. Welcome to our new council member, Mr. Cooper. Look forward to working with you. We will obviously maybe not agree on everything, but as our buddy over here who likes to say, we will always leave friends. So, and that is true of Mr. Alcantara. So, I will also just real quickly say that, or actually request of our city attorney, if I can do that through you, Mr. Mayor, is that I think it might be a good time to, I know in the past we had asked for our library policy to be kind of reviewed and looked at, but it might be a good time to maybe perhaps bring that forward in a written statement so that with the review, how that was finalized, so that the public can see what was reviewed, why it is the way that it is, if there are any necessary changes that need to be made, and then brought back before the council. I'd like to ask for support in that.
We can look at scheduling something like that.
Okay. Thank you. And then just, that's it. I'm excited about what's to come.
All right. Councilman Alcantara. Council comments.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Pretty interesting what we did here tonight in this short meeting, but first I will say congrats to Mr. Cooper and Mr. Best for winning the election to the council. It's interesting that the kind of the history that these gentlemen have long terms, both as our city mayor and as council member for a long time. And I found it interesting too that this council went forth and elected Deputy Mayor Anzalotti and alternate Deputy Mayor Tudor, because I love the fact of building a bench for the future and this next generation of leadership kind of stepping up for the city. So congratulations to Carolina and Josh. I think they're going to do a great job for us. Outsmarting myself a little bit, I will not be here on October 17th, so you guys will probably have a much less lengthy meeting. But when I looked into the future, I looked at the second and fourth Tuesdays and went, boom, I'm going to be gone that week that has October 17th in it. So bad on me to not remember that this is budget time and to make sure I'm here for this month and maybe into the future. So I will not be here on the 17th, but trust me, I'll have a list of questions for the 24th, I'm sure. I applaud the citizens of Palmer for their overwhelming support of seniors, disabled vets, and for our library as well. So I think there's it was a solid election for the things that we put on the ballot. I think that's a good thing. I want to thank Mr. Ogala for his time served. Tom definitely brought a great sense of humor and some great valuable input to the council. So I wish him nothing but the best. And I'm sure we'll see him back in due time. And thank Pam Moline for her services as deputy mayor, like she said, for quite a while. And I think it's good that that position gets rotated. And I think you did a good job. And I'm glad we're moving on and giving Ms. Anzalotti a chance to do it for a while. And last thing, Mayor, love your written reports, sir. Keep those written reports flying. It's great. That's why you don't have a litany of questions from me, because you always spell things out in those 2 or 3 pages, and it's very well done. And I don't say that jokingly. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Councilman Best. Council comments?
Congratulations to my newest council member next to me here, Mr. Cooper, and also Tom. I really did appreciate. He's a quiet person for the most part, but we all seen it happen when there's passions of his that came up where if he felt that somebody was being misrepresented or looked down upon or belittled, he was just a force. There was his character shines through at that point, and you can really see that. So I really appreciated that heartfelt passion that he had. So appreciate that.
Councilman Cooper, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. And, thanks for the kind words. I do want to thank everybody for the honor of allowing me to come back and work for the city. I know that we have some personal issues and some political issues that are different on the council and in the city, and I hope that we can put all those aside as we work forward, move forward to make the best decisions that we can for all of the people in the city versus those who just vote for us. We need to keep Palmer, as the best place to live, work, and play. And along those lines, when we make the right decisions, we need to, continue to strive to make sure that our motto actually lives and survives. That Palmer is Alaska at its best, and that's a motto that the mayor and I came up with 20 years ago. And I think that we are, continuing to work that direction. And I'm hoping that, like I say, we put aside all of our differences and work towards that. And when we make a decision that is in best interest of all the members of the community. And I am looking forward to working with this council. I think it's going to be a good thing. And I am looking forward to represent the city to the best of my ability and to represent all the members of this great community. Thank you.
Councilman Tudor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a lot of congratulations to Councilmember Cooper. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I believe that you're going to have some really good ideas and work well here with this council. So I'm really looking forward to it. Congratulations. I just want to say thank you to Tom Monchala for his service to Palmer. And also to Councilman Malin for your service as Deputy Mayor. And congratulations to Lieutenant Walsh, super exciting, and also for our new airport superintendent. John's going to do an amazing job. Thank you.
And Deputy Mayor Anzalotti, you still have any voice?
I do. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, first I wanted to say sorry for my absence. This was not in my plans, but I figured it was best for tonight since I'm not feeling well. And I just wanted to start by saying welcome, Councilman Cooper. We're excited to have a new face, and I'm excited to work with you as we go through the budget and everything after that. And also farewell to Mr. Ojala. It's been a pleasure being on the council with you. And also thank you to Pam for her great job as a deputy mayor that I will be working hard to follow that up. And thank you all for your consideration and confidence in me and voting me in. I hope to outdo your expectations. And then congrats, Josh, as the alternate deputy mayor. And also Lieutenant Walsh on his promotion. We have a great fire and rescue team, so I also wanted to say that I got to attend the Heart Reach Center banquet last week, and that was really great to see what they're doing for families and life across Alaska. And then I think that's pretty much everything.
All right, thanks. Next, we have executive session, matters the immediate knowledge of which would clearly have an adverse effect upon the finances of the public entity. Litigation update from our city attorney, Sarah Heath. So we need to vote on this? We need a motion to go into executive session.
Move to, second.
Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, if you could call a roll for going into executive session.
Deputy Mayor Anzalati,
Yes.
Councilmember Cooper,
Yes.
Councilmember Best,
Yes.
Councilmember Tudor,
Yes?
Mayor Carrington,
Yes?
Councilmember Alcantara,
Yes.
Councilmember Moline.
Yes.
Unanimous.
All right, so we're gonna clear the room, but we're also gonna bring out some cupcakes to get rid of, so grab a cupcake on your way out.
Please grab a punch.
Take a cupcake.